You're on the best of the morning X. Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. 99X.
Leslie, did you take care of your little problem yesterday?
No. No, I didn't do that.
Graham, you can't leave things like this lingering.
Well,
Why didn't you take care of the problem?
well, I mean, I will.
no,
I'll
you're
take care-
afraid.
Let's
aren't
do it
you?
right now.
I will.
You're afraid to
No,
take care. You're afraid,
no way,
you're
Barnes.
afraid to
Graham.
confront.
It's just us.
Yeah.
You're
Morning
afraid
I'm not a
X
confrontational
subscribers.
person. You know that.
Graham.
Let's
No,
just-
Barnes.
Then let's just do
This
it right
is
now.
not the
There we
time or
go.
place to.
Let's just do
Jimmy.
it right now. Charles, hi. We're on the air. This is Jimmy Barron at 99X Radio.
Yeah?
And somebody who I work with who had wanted to speak with you on the phone and asked me to call for them. And I want to put her on with you.
All right.
Charles.
Yes?
Hi, this is Leslie. Did you have my car towed yesterday?
Have your car towed yesterday?
Yes, yesterday out of the building on Piedmont Road.
Here, let me
Do you share an office with?
wait a minute. Let me explain something.
Okay.
When you came in the building, all of the spaces downstairs are reserved.
Right. Well, the ones in the middle, not the ones up against the wall where you can see the reserve sign, but the ones in the middle.
No, miss. If you look, there's a sign over the going under. There's a sign at the street. There's a sign at the door. There's
Right.
4 or 5 places that say reserved.
That's right, Leslie. Those are reserved
Well, the ones in
spots.
the middle, you can't. The paint is like all faded away.
There's signs all over the place. It doesn't have to be on every space.
Right.
There's a big sign. If you go under, there's a huge sign at the door. There's a sign coming up when you got up and down. So if you'd read the sign, you wouldn't have the problem.
Well, the problem is
Yeah,
I was
Leslie,
there for.
if you could read the sign, you
I
wouldn't
was
have
there
the
for a
problem.
total of an hour and 15 minutes. So
Well, I don't care if you were there for 3 minutes. It was a reserved place.
Let me ask you something.
Graham, you can't park
Let me
where it
ask
says
you
no
something.
parking.
I innocently parked there. I didn't park there on purpose. If I had seen the reserve sign and I was with 2 other people who also didn't see the reserve sign on the ground that was faded, then we wouldn't have parked there. But we were there a total of an hour and 15 minutes doing business.
The man said there were signs, Leslie, when you drove in.
They were. It's all over. When you go under, there's a sign there.
Would you? Let me ask you something. If you came back from lunch and I was in your space, though, would you put a note on my car, or would you just call a towing?
I'd have it towed in a minute.
You'd have it towed in a
I
minute.
sure would.
So would I.
That's so rude.
It is not. Those spaces cost us $4,000 apiece.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A year?
No, just we had to buy it to begin with.
Oh,
$4,000 a piece that cost him.
I know, but it kind of made my life miserable yesterday. Are you there?
I'm gone.
See ya.
I love watching
Where's the
Fran
other
tremble.
guy? I want to talk to the asshole.
She is not satisfied.
I
She
want
wants
to talk to the asshole who towed my car.
Fran, when you park in the no parking, you get towed.
Hey, listen,
right.
if that person is such a low life that they can't, for an hour and 15 minutes, give me a
Fran,
break.
if I pulled up and you were in my spot, I'd tow you too.
Oh, that person must have a miserable life.
But he paid $4,000. That's a year's salary
Barnes,
to
you're
some of
anal
us.
retentive. You'd have it towed too.
I would. I'd have it towed in a minute. But if it was reserved, Fran, it was reserved.
Leslie thinks the law applies to everybody.
Except
No, I
Leslie.
just some people lead miserable little lives.
But sir, I was only there for an hour
you
and
know,
15 minutes.
and they can't stand it. That somebody's in their parking space. Oh my God!
He'd
Fran.
have y'all towed in a minute.
Why, you miserable fucking corksucker.
I want to see the scene.
Thanks for sticking up for me, Barnes and Jimmy.
It's on Piedmont, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here, you steer the ship. Jimmy, let's go down and check it out.
I'll tell you what. I've lived in apartments where there are very limited parking, and if somebody was parked in my space and you couldn't park anywhere else,
Bye-bye.
Was it limited?
411 number for A
Fran,
towing.
I've never been towed in my life.
I just can't believe that this
You've never-
person that towed the car was probably sitting there at his window just waiting for somebody to park there so they could call a towing.
You were probably just chatting up and didn't notice a sign.
Probably.
Thanks, Barnes. Hello?
Hello.
I'm here for you.
Hey.
Hello.
Okay, Fram.
Now everybody's calling me Fram.
I just something I was hoping to talk to Jimmy or Barnes.
Well, they're here.
Well, we
We're all
also
here.
work on the same show, sir.
Oh, I know that. How about if they play a joke on you at 5 o'clock in the morning, someone's parked in your spot?
I'm not going to call towing. I'm just not going to do it.
Because she's too nice.
For an hour and 15 minutes, let's say the parking lot was completely full, and at 5 o'clock you had to get in there. What time you get in there, and someone was in your spot, you had to park across the street.
I would have thought maybe it was an innocent mistake.
I don't believe it.
Believe it, I am not that type of a person.
Okay, Jimmy, that's your turn. In 2 weeks, play this joke and see what happens.
Well, we don't have reserved spots.
I just think it's a...
Leslie, you make it seem like going down to that parking garage down by the jail is a bad experience.
Yeah, really. It's a fun time.
On Whitehall Street. Anyway.
Hold on a minute.
Thanks for calling.
Hello?
Hey.
Yeah, what's your deal?
I was just calling. I agree with Leslie because I used to work at Perimeter Mall, and they actually have security people that comb the malls looking for workers that park, too close to the mall, and it's just stupid. And then the day after Thanksgiving, we had to be there at like 7:30 in the morning because they open at 8.
Aw.
And we had to take a shuttle bus from across the street to the mall, and it's stupid. I mean, you'd think the security would be inside the mall making sure there are no shoplifters, but instead they're combing the parking lots looking for us.
What's your name?
Bus. James.
James, you and Leslie need to follow the rules.
Oh, Barnes, you are just the type of person to call towing on somebody.
Definitely, Barnes.
You are.
Let's just go ahead and go back to that parking lot and lay down in that parking space.
I'd like to put a nice little note in that parking space.
Barnes would tow his mom.
He would.
If she parked in my
If she
spot.
parked in his... I tell you what, I would like to see that area, too.
It's right down the street.
It's right down the street.
Okay.
I will back down if there are no signs, and if I drive through and it looks like, you were in the right, I will say it in a minute.
But I know where that is.
I was with 2 other people.
But there's very limited parking in that building because it's right across the street from that major restaurant.
Here, you play the little songs for a minute. We're going to drive down and check it out. We'll call you from there.
I am pulling into the scene of the crime right this minute, Leslie, and the first thing I see says, private property, unauthorized vehicles will be towed, a tow, in bright red.
Right.
Okay, so that's the first signal. I just turned in the building.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want us to go up to...
my space was 13.
All right, it's underground space 13.
I cannot believe they're on Roswell Road. We can't say the name of the company.
So far it says reserved.
Yeah, those are up against the wall. Look at where I parked.
Leslie, space 13 is right here. It says reserved stenciled in.
It's faded.
Right, it's not faded.
It is faded.
Well, it ain't faded. And then above it says management consultants reserved. All you see are 80 reserve signs underneath this parking garage.
No, those are the ones up against the wall.
Friend, we're looking at 13 right here.
It doesn't look faded to you?
No, it says... Yeah, it's the first one right there on the right. It says, and there's 3 people behind us honking. It says reserved.
Oh, good. Maybe they'll tow you for just being in there.
Fram, I hate to tell you, but you're in the wrong.
Oh, I really appreciate the support here, guys.
There's some nice Beamers down here. Whoever it was pretty aggravated.
Yeah, I understand that somebody just called me and said that you can get kickbacks every time you call in a towing company.
Should we go get the guy? We should go apologize for you, Fram. He's got a nice Jaguar parked in this 13th
No,
spot.
leave a nice little note on there for me.
No, listen, you want to go in, Jimmy? Hang on. I'll go see if Strom Thurmond is in.
Okay.
I'm going to walk in.
Oh, my God.
I think I remember
He's on the 2nd floor.
And, by the way, when you walk into the building, there's a big sign that says, "Stop, all parking on this level is reserved."
Thank you very much. Yeah. My palms are sweating. I don't believe this.
I mean, he may not even be here. But we'll see. Now I'm talking to you from inside the elevator.
Oh, this is unbelievable. By the way, I do understand that people have to pay for parking, and some people pay a lot of money, but it was an innocent mistake on my part.
Okay, so far the door is locked. There's a light seems to be on in there, but the door is locked.
Are you really?
Watch the guy have a gun, and I'll be shot on the air.
Where's Barnes?
Oh, here comes somebody. Oh my God, here comes a guy. I'm terrified. Hi. Are you Mr. Curry? Oh, is Mr. Curry? Is he in? He's not in. Okay, thanks. We'll come back.
Were they nice?
What a jerkweed.
You're on the best of the Morning X. If you keep listening, it might make sense.
You're insulting the intelligence of every law-abiding citizen in the country.
99X.
Mic Drop. Hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ridlin. It's raw.
I've been shot at, blown up, you name it.
It's unfiltered.
You know, you go to the sound of the guns.
It's weird. I mean, I've had so many near-death experiences.
It's tough talk from the top minds in their field.
What if the units took a guy out back and shot him?
Bam, you're gone.
I would choose to do what frogmen do. That's what I chose, and it's what I would choose again.
I don't want you guys to cut any of this. Just leave it raw.
Mic Drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.